Those who are not worthy of me shall die. Shut up, fool! I and the whole village is more than worthy.
Long before tall buildings touched the sky, long before engines scared birds away, there was a village called Umudike. Umudike did not appear on any map, but it appeared in the hearts of its people. The village rested between three things that never lie: a thick forest that remembered everything, a river that carried secrets downstream, a red earth that stained the feet of all who walked on it. The people believed that a man's character is louder than his voice. In Umudike, elders spoke first, youth listened, pride was corrected early, arrogance was not celebrated. There was a saying in Umudike: a goat that grows horns too early breaks its own head. Life in Umudike. Every morning before the sun fully woke up, the village already breathed. You could hear women pounding yam, gumom, gumom, gumom. Roosters arguing with the dawn, children fetching water, laughing and fighting, old men clearing their throats to greet the day. No door stayed locked during daylight. No child belonged to only one parent. If a woman shouted, 5 women answered. If a child cried, 10 hands reached out. That was Umudike. On a market day, when drums beat longer than usual, Kalu was born. Thunder rolled softly that evening, not violently, but like a warning spoken gently. The village midwife shook her head and said, "This child comes with strong feet." Kalu's father, Okafo, was a hunter. His mother, Nenna, was quiet and hardworking. From childhood, Kalu was different. At an age when boys struggled to lift firewood, Kalu lifted it easily. When children fell sick, Kalu remained strong. People noticed. At first, they praised God. Later, they praised Kalu. That was where the seed was planted. As Kalu grew, praise followed him like a shadow. Kalu is not ordinary. Kalu is blessed. Kalu is more than his mates. Elders warned his parents. A child who hears only sweet words will one day refuse bitter truth. But praise is sweet, and humans like sweet things. By the time Kalu became a young man, he knew his strength and he loved it. One afternoon, during farm clearing, an elder corrected Kalu gently. "You cut the land wrongly. The boundary is there." Kalu laughed. "Haha, old man, strength sees better than age." Silence fell. That day, something cracked quietly. Then came a night that did not behave like night. No wind, no crickets, no owl. Even the river stopped whispering. Old women pulled children close. Dogs whimpered and crawled under huts. High above the trees, the moon hid her face. From the forest came a slow sound. Talk, talk, talk. Not footsteps, not drums. Something older, something careful. At the ancient Iroko tree, the one nobody touched, a dark figure appeared. It bent, placed something gently on the ground, and vanished like smoke chased by shame. At dawn, children found it, a mask, black like burnt wood, carved with symbols no one could read. Its eyes were deep holes, not empty, but waiting. When Dibia Okori saw it, his hands shook. He said, "This thing has walked a long road." He warned, "Some gifts are not gifts." That night, while Warning slept, Kalu walked. His heart beat fast, not from fear, but excitement. He touched the mask, and the mask touched back. When Kalu wore it, the world disappeared. Not darkness, but absence and invisibility. His body felt light, strong, invisible. He laughed, a laugh that did not sound human. The mask glowed because pride had opened the door. Then came the morning after he touched the mask. When the cock crowed the next morning, Kalu woke suddenly, as if someone had called his name from very far away. His chest rose and fell heavily. His palms were wet. His head felt full, like a calabash filled to the edge. For a moment, he wondered if the night had been a dream. Then he saw it. The mask lay beside him, resting quietly,
as if it had always belonged there. Kalu stared at it for a long time. A proverb his mother once said passed through his mind weakly. When a strange thing enters your house quietly, it plans to leave loudly. He shook his head. Old women's talk, he muttered. He stood up, washed his face, and went out as usual, but something had changed. As Kalu walked, he noticed his steps were lighter. The ground felt soft, even where stones lay. He bent down and lifted a heavy log he had struggled with the previous week. It rose as easily as a child's toy. Kalu laughed under his breath. So the mask was not lying, he whispered. That was the first mistake. Because power does not like to be spoken to like a friend. That afternoon, Kalu could not hold himself anymore. He waited until the village grew busy. Women returned from the stream. Children chased goats. Men argued over palm wine. He went behind his father's hut. Slowly, carefully, he lifted the mask. His hands shook, not from fear, but from hunger. He wore it. At once, the world shifted. Not darkness, not blindness, but absence. It was as if Kalu had stepped out of the world while still standing inside it. He looked down. He saw the ground. He did not see his feet. His breath caught in his throat. He waved his hand before his face. Nothing was visible. Kalu was there, but invincible. For the first time, fear touched him. "Am I dead?" he whispered. But he could feel his heart beat, strong, fast, alive. A child ran past him and passed straight through the space where he stood. Out of fear, Kalu jumped back, but no reaction. The child kept running. Slowly, fear turned to laughter. Soft at first, then loud, then wild. "I am more than a man," Kalu said. And somewhere deep inside the mask, something was listening. At first, invisibility confused him. When he moved fast, the world felt thick. When he stood still, the world felt thin. He realized something important. The mask responded to confidence. The more he believed in himself, the easier it walked. This discovery fed him, but it fed the mask more.
Kalu walked through the village unseen. He stood close to people and listening to their conversations. He heard people's secrets. A woman complaining about her husband. A man planning to cheat his brother. Children mocking elders when they thought no one heard. Kalu smiled. So this is how the world truly is, he thought. Instead of learning humility, he learned judgment. The mask did not speak with words. It spoke with feelings. Each time Kalu felt proud, it glowed slightly. Each time he felt superior, strength rushed through his arms. Each time he thought of himself as the greatest, the invisibility became smoother. The mask was teaching him, but it was also measuring him. That evening, Dibia Okori felt uneasy. The wind carried a strange smell, not of death, not of blood, but of something ancient, something old being disturbed. He sat before his shrine and threw cowries. They fell wrongly, again and again. "The balance is shaking," he murmured. Over the next days, Kalu tested his ability in small ways. He moved people's tools and watched them argue. He tapped someone's shoulder and disappeared. He blocked paths and enjoyed causing confusion. He told himself that it was harmless, but every laugh pushed him further. There is another proverb that says, "The child who enjoys stepping on ants will soon step on snakes." Soon, strange stories filled Mudike. Something pushed me, but nobody was there. My pot moved on its own. I felt a hand touch me. Fear walked slowly among the huts. Kalu listened and smiled. Fear made him feel important. One night, while wearing the mask, Kalu felt sudden weakness. His knees bent, his arms shook. Panic entered his heart. Then he felt it. A thought rose, clear and sharp. "You are greater than them." As soon as he accepted that he was greater, strength returned. Kalu did not understand what had happened, but the mask did. It had tasted pride directly for the first time. Power is like a child. If you hide it too long, it cries out. If you show it too early, it ruins the house. Kalu could no longer remain silent. One afternoon, a wild boar entered the farms near the river. It destroyed yam mounds and frightened the women. Men tried to chase it away, but the animal was large and angry. The villagers shouted for help. Without thinking deeply, Kalu ran home, wore the mask and returned. Invisible, he lifted a fig tree branch with one hand and struck the ground before the boar. The earth cracked, causing dust to rise. The animal froze in confusion. Then Kalu stepped forward and shouted. The villagers did not see him, but they heard a voice coming from nowhere. "Leave this land and never return." The boar turned and fled into the forest. Silence followed, then fear, then awe. Did you hear that? It was not human. Something is protecting us. By evening, the story grew legs. People said a spirit is guarding Umudike. Some said it was an ancestor who had returned. Others said it was punishment and mercy together. Kalu listened from the shadows. His chest swelled. That night, while wearing the mask, Kalu stood at the ancient tree and spoke loudly while invisible. "I am watching over you," he said. "I will protect you." People knelt and worshipped. That was the second mistake, because when a man allows worship, he invites destruction. The next morning, a calabash of palm wine appeared under the tree. Then a goat, then food. Kalu accepted everything. Each time he collected an offering, the mask grew warmer, not hot, but satisfied. Kalu felt stronger than ever, but he did not notice that when he removed the mask, his body felt slightly weaker than before. The mask did not bite. It did not scratch. It did not scream. It fed slowly. At first, it fed on Kalu's thoughts. Whenever someone disobeyed him, anger rose quickly. Whenever someone questioned him, rage followed. Whenever someone praised him, joy flooded him deeply. Those emotions strengthened the mask. Soon, it wanted more. One evening, Kalu felt the mask grow heavy on his face. His legs weakened, his breath shortened, and fear returned. Then, a thought entered him, sharper than before. Make them fear you more, and you will be stronger. At first, Kalu resisted for a moment, but then he remembered the offerings, did not bite, the kneeling, the power. It did not scratch. That night, it did not scream. A man publicly for stealing palm wine, slowly, even though the man was guilty only by rumor. Invisible hands beat the man. The village watched in horror. Fear deepened in their hearts, and the mask drank deeply. Dibia Okori confronted Kalu openly. "You are feeding something that will never be satisfied. It will not stop eating, and soon it will consume you," the priest said. Kalu laughed, then said, "Old man, the village is safer than ever." The priest replied, "A wall built with fear will collapse without warning." Kalu arrogantly turned away, the mask glowing. Weeks passed. Then one day, Kalu noticed something frightening. Without the mask, he tires quickly. His hands shook. His strength faded. When he wore it, he felt alive again. The mask had crossed the line. It was no longer a tool. It has now become a source. Kalu tried to sleep without it one night. His dreams turned dark. He saw himself small, crawling, while the mask stood tall. He woke screaming and wore it immediately. Relief came, and so did shame. But pride silenced the shame. The mask began to hurt. Not always, but only when Kalu doubted himself. When he felt proud, it loosened. When he felt humble, it burned hot and unbearable. Kalu learned quickly. He killed humility inside himself just to survive the mask. During the great New Yam festival, the whole village gathered. Drummers beat their drums. Dancers danced everywhere. Laughter filled the air. Kalu stood unseen among them, enjoying their joy, believing it was because of him. Then something unexpected happened. A child ran toward the ancient tree and tripped. As the child cried, Kalu moved quickly to help, but in his hurry, his confidence slipped just a little. The villagers froze. "Kalu, it is him. He deceived us." Fear turned into anger. The mask burned Kalu's skin. As he screamed, dark smoke poured from the cracks. The mask fell from his face and split in two. A cold wind rushed through the village. Then came silence. The power was gone. Kalu lived, but his strength did not return. His body was thin. His voice was low. His eyes no longer shone. People avoided him, not out of hatred, but out of sadness. Dibia Okure gathered the village. He said, "Power is like fire. It can cook food or burn a house. Pride is the wind that turns fire into disaster." And so, the broken mask was buried deep in the forest, far from paths and prayers. Years later, Kalu became quiet and helpful. He listened more than he spoke. He greeted elders properly, and when children praised him, he corrected them gently because he had learned. Too late, but he learned. Pride and arrogance can destroy a person. Power without humility becomes a curse. What feeds on pride will never be satisfied.
For more stories like this, press the subscribe button and the bell button so that you can be among the first to get stories like this. Then, press the thumbs up button and also leave a word of encouragement in the comment section.